Invesco is in a very unique position. Invesco is both an asset manager and a publicly traded company and corporate issuer. And so Invesco's responsibility is to ensure strong stewardship practices of both the corporate aspect of what we do in responsible investing as a publicly traded company, as well as an asset manager as stewards of our clients' assets.
Invesco is a global asset manager with a specific purpose to deliver investment experience that helps people to get more out of life. Invesco decided to better understand its purpose over the past few years because we're determined that the firm will be sustainable, and strategies will change as industries change, but a purpose that's grounded in human value is permanent. Staying true to our purpose means obviously more than just saying it, and it means more than just being great at our business. It calls on every one of our employees to be purposeful in their every decision and action, and considerate of the impact that it has, not just in business terms but in human terms. The UN Sustainable Development Goals represent a broad agenda that applies to Invesco both as an asset manager and a corporate issuer. And for that reason, we are committed to that agenda both through our investment practices and our corporate practices.
Invesco is involved in numerous sustainability initiatives. Some revolve around the communities we're based in, and others are truly global and internationally recognised. To give just a few examples of positive outcomes, under the Clean Seas initiative, we are removing over 4 tonnes of single-use plastic from our corporate properties every year. Our Invesco Cares and Green teams of volunteers have devoted over 500 hours to environmental projects in North America alone. We're using more and more renewable energy, as shown by the solar panels at our campus in Henley in the UK. We're determined to make a difference in any way that we can.
GlobeChain is a reuse marketplace that connects businesses to charities and people to redistribute unwanted items to social causes rather than ending up in landfill. Invesco is the first asset manager to work with GlobeChain. Like us, they are achieving tangible results. We're seeing impacts such as reuse, upskilling and employment. Another example is an autistic charity in Houston where they used Invesco's items to help rebuild their offices and schools after Hurricane Harvey. We saw impacts around them saving money and helping keep their staff employed. A key part of what we do is to collect data on social, economic and environmental impacts. This relates directly to the UN Sustainable Development Goals, so the organisations we work with can understand which targets they are hitting.
Over the last few years, I think the biggest thing that we have actually seen is an evolution that really is driving towards a topic around sustainable investment and responsible investment.
As a leading global asset manager, we have a fiduciary duty to our clients, and that means we have to act in their best interest at all times. One of the most important questions in the investment world today is how this fiduciary duty relates to sustainability, and for us it's about creating long-term value. So a key part of our fiduciary duty is to encourage the companies we invest in to be good corporate citizens and to develop behaviors that embrace environmental, social and governance considerations. We achieve this through the power of active ownership. We directly engage with companies to promote responsible policies and practices. And it isn't just in the best interest of our clients, it's also in the best interest of the companies themselves and society more broadly. And that's how fiduciary duty and sustainability are linked. And that's why we consider ourselves responsible investors.
Engagement with companies is normally undertaken by either the owners of some assets or the people who are looking after those assets, like an investment firm, like Invesco. Positive engagement is often thought of as the way in which investors try to influence a company to behave in a way which represents their corporate responsibilities in the wider community. To look at the evidence on the impact and profitability of engagement with companies, I, together with 2 Cambridge colleagues, looked at a very long record of engagements with US companies over a period of more than 10 years, and looking at over 600 companies. It became clear that companies could be persuaded to change their behaviour and their activities in a way which was consistent with their responsibilities, and at the same time, when there was success in engaging with them, the share price on average rose.
Positive engagement have a number of different mechanisms to ensure that they're not output focused but rather outcome focused. Topics around executive remuneration, around ensuring that you have the appropriate board in place, are really going to be important topics. One of the ways we do that is to ensure that our key decision makers, our fund managers, are core and central to that conversation, driving and making the buy-sell decisions, but also driving that change within corporate issuers' practices and beliefs, we believe is the most effective mechanism for outcomes-based results versus output-based results. And the topics, when we think about these outcomes, can really cover a variety of different areas. If we think about topics around gender diversity, age diversity, or skill set diversity, diversity takes a number of different forms, and we believe that those are important components to building a strong outcomes-based engagement approach. One of the most effective mechanisms is to ensure the long-term sustainability of the company is really board efficacy as well. So when we think about effective, well-operating, well-functioning boards, that is another core topic and theme that we believe can truly drive the outcome of a company's long-term success.
Well, within real estate, most people think about sustainability in terms of green or environmental issues, which are both very important, but it's really critical that you also wrap in the social and governance concerns as well. We take into account water, waste, and energy usage at our properties, but we also look to engage with tenants, occupants, and stakeholders in our real estate communities in order to also engage the social and governance components as well. We distribute green living guides and office sustainability handbooks to our tenants in order to help encourage good practice at our real estate properties. In fact, we've often topped the GRESB ratings around the globe, and we're very proud of that because it's an international recognition of our sustainability efforts at Invesco Real Estate.